Are you looking for a way to make investing easier? Look no further than the 80-20 rule. This simple investment strategy, also known as the Pareto Principle, can help you maximize your returns with minimal effort. In this video, we'll look at how the 80-20 rule works and how you can use it to improve your investment portfolio. We'll also discuss some of the risks associated with this approach and provide some tips for getting the most out of this strategy. Read on to learn more about the 80-20 rule and how you can use it to invest smarter, not harder. What is the 80-20 rule? The 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto Principle, states that 80% of the outcomes are typically driven by 20% of the causes. In other words, a small percentage of inputs or efforts usually yield the majority of results. This principle was first observed by Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto in the late 19th century, when he discovered that 80% of the land in Italy was owned by 20% of the population. When applied to investment, the 80-20 rule suggests that a significant portion of investment returns can come from a small number of high-performing assets or strategies. By focusing on the top 20% of opportunities, investors can potentially achieve better returns while minimizing risk. Understanding the 80-20 rule can help investors identify the most influential factors that contribute to investment success. By concentrating their efforts and resources on the few key factors that drive results, investors can save time, energy, and resources, ultimately allowing them to invest smarter, not harder. The origins of the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto Principle, was first introduced by Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto in the late 19th century. Pareto observed that approximately 80% of the wealth in Italy was owned by just 20% of the population. This principle later became known as the 80-20 rule and has since been applied to various fields, including investment. Understanding the origins of this rule helps investors recognize its potential benefits and effectively apply it to their investment strategies. How the 80-20 rule applies to investment. The 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto Principle, is a concept that suggests that 80% of outcomes are determined by 20% of causes. In the context of investment, this principle can be applied to identify the key factors that have the most significant impact on investment returns. When it comes to investing, it is often the case that a small number of investments generate most returns. By focusing on these high-impact investments, investors can maximize their returns while minimizing risk and effort. This means that rather than spreading investments evenly across a wide range of opportunities, investors can strategically allocate their resources to the investments with the greatest potential. For example, an investor may find that a specific sector or asset class consistently outperforms others. By identifying this high-impact area, the investor can allocate a larger portion of their portfolio to it, potentially generating outsized returns. Similarly, by conducting thorough research and analysis, investors can identify the specific stocks or assets within a sector that have the highest probability of success. By applying the 80-20 rule in investment, investors can streamline their decision-making process and focus on the areas that will have the most impact on their overall returns. This allows for a more efficient use of time, resources, and capital, ultimately leading to a more successful investment strategy. Advantages of applying the 80-20 rule in investment. One of the main advantages of using this rule is its ability to maximize efficiency and productivity. By focusing on the 20% of investments that generate 80% of returns, investors can allocate their resources and time more effectively. This allows them to identify and prioritize the investments with the highest potential for growth and profitability. Additionally, the 80-20 rule can help investors reduce risk and diversify their portfolios. By concentrating on a select number of high-performing investments, they can minimize their exposure to underperforming assets. This approach can provide a level of stability and protect against market volatility. Furthermore, the 80-20 rule encourages investors to constantly evaluate and reassess their portfolios. This ongoing analysis allows for a proactive investment approach, where adjustments can be made to optimize returns. By regularly reviewing the 20% of investments that generate most returns, investors can make informed decisions to reallocate resources and capture new opportunities. Overall, applying the 80-20 rule in investment offers several advantages. It allows for a more focused and efficient use of resources, reduces risk through diversification, and promotes continuous evaluation and improvement. By harnessing the power of this principle, investors can increase their chances of achieving their financial goals and building a successful investment portfolio. Case studies: successful investors using the 80-20 rule. In this section, we will explore some real-life examples of successful investors who have implemented the 80-20 rule in their investment strategies. One notable example is Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history. Buffett famously stated, "Diversification is protection against ignorance. It makes little sense if you know what you are doing." Buffett's investment philosophy is centered around focusing on a small number of high-quality companies that he thoroughly understands. By adhering to the 80-20 rule, he allocates a significant portion of his investments to a few select companies, believing that a concentrated portfolio has the potential for higher returns. Another example is Peter Lynch, the former manager of Fidelity's Magellan Fund. Lynch achieved remarkable success by investing in companies that he believed in and understood well. He famously advised investors to invest in what you know. Lynch's investment strategy involved thorough research and selecting a few high-potential companies to invest in, rather than spreading his investments across a wide range of assets. Both Buffett and Lynch have demonstrated the effectiveness of the 80-20 rule in their investment approaches. By focusing on a select few companies they had a deep understanding of, they were able to achieve remarkable success and generate significant returns. These case studies serve as inspiring examples of how the 80-20 rule can be effectively applied in investment to maximize profits and minimize risk. Potential challenges and limitations of the 80-20 rule in investment. While the 80-20 rule can be an effective strategy in investment, it is important to recognize its potential challenges and limitations. One challenge is accurately identifying the top 20% of investments that will yield most returns. Additionally, the 80-20 rule may not work well in certain market conditions or industries where a more balanced approach is needed. Furthermore, relying solely on the 80-20 rule can lead to overlooking potential opportunities in the remaining 80% of investments. It is crucial to carefully analyze and adapt the rule to individual investment goals and circumstances. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.